Things could be worse. I'm not a fretter, but then there's the curse. Things could be better. My knuckles bruised and my shoulders cut.
Hello and welcome all to Tales from the Time Traveler's Tavern. I will be your guide and navigator, Mr.E, taking you on this informative journey. Informative of what? We still don't know. But that's why I have had the good fortune to bring along with me the colorful commentary of our internet guru, my good friend Toast.
Butter is optional.
There you go. And to the other side, we have Private Snafu.
Good day, Mr.E. Good day, Toast.
Alright, now we're going to go down a traveling line of science fiction or science fiction and all that kind of good stuff.
It's one where they've revamped the series a couple of times since...
Originally voiced by Casey Kasem.
Yes. Well, Shaggy and Scooby were.
Yeah. Now I just find it funny that Fred, was voiced by Freddie Prinze Jr. for a while.
That is a little interesting.
Yeah. And then you had Matthew Lillard as Shaggy.
He voiced Scooby as well, didn't he?
I don't know. No. I just know that Matthew Lillard, part of the reason why he did stuff like 13 Ghosts,
Okay.
interestingly enough, was simply because he had done the Scooby-Doo movies,
Right.
and wanted to get away from the Shaggy persona that people had kind of given to him, because he fit it so well.
He was afraid he'd become typecast to the role.
He had been typecast
Nah.
because everyone knew him as Shaggy. Even when he did 13 Ghosts,
Right.
people still joked.
Yeah,
about
they
him.
were still calling him. They were still calling him Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Oh, no, they're calling him Psychic Shaggy.
Psychic Shaggy. Yeah, that's right.
Even though he did a really good movie. Well, it's not a really good movie, but he did a good movie called Hackers.
Yes, he did.
It's I can't remember the star, but it was some.
It was John.
I can't remember who it was, but it also had
John Miller Lee, I want to say his name is.
But also had Angelina Jolie in it.
Yes, also had Angelina Jolie, and what the hell was that other guy's name? The old hacker dude.
That guy, the guy who plays Eugene.
Yeah, otherwise known as the Plague.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen that guy in one other. No, I've seen him in one other movie for sure, but I don't remember the title of it, and or anything about it. I just remember seeing a movie with him in it, and I also saw a television series he did called Key West.
I feel I should know him from something else too.
And Key West was actually an interesting one because it was some random dude who just won the lottery and moved to Key West, Florida, only to find out once he got there that he didn't have any money coming, so he kind of freaked out.
The other fun thing about the movie is Penn Jillette playing
that's right,
computer securities expert.
I forgot that Penn Jillette basically had a cameo.
Oh, he was in a couple of scenes.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He was in there at the end too.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. But yeah, they had him, and the thing about it is Penn Jillette doesn't really do characters. He basically does Penn Jillette as this person. and that's nothing against him or anything like that. I'll tell you what though, he was in a crime drama show where they actually got him to change his hair or something, or they put a wig on him or something. I don't know if you saw it, but he looks like some weird amalgamation of Teller and himself.
I was trying to think which show it was.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
No.
Oh, okay.
There was a different one where it was some crime drama that they wanted him and Teller to be on it.
Okay.
But they were trying to figure out how to work them in.
Uh-huh.
And basically, Penn was just like, well, we really don't know how to do what you're looking for. He's like, but how about we do this? He's like, we'll be in it as ourselves, but we're the murderers.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know if they ran with it, but they did have them on.
Hmm.
But I believe they had them on as themselves because it was like in Las Vegas anyway.
No, the one episode of The West Wing that I ever saw had them in it, and that was the only reason I watched it.
Yeah.
And it was great because they pulled their disappearing American flag trick, because they are, in spite of being pacifists, in spite of being completely almost Buddhist in in their practices and the way they are, they're still very respectful of armed services people. Anytime they find someone who's in the armed services, the first thing they say to them is "Thank you for your service." It's the first thing they say.
Well, I think part of that is because I'd seen an interview, and one of the things Penn Jillette has said more than once is he's like, "That's something I can't do." Just in general, he's like, I can't be a soldier. He's like, it's not me. It's
Right.
So to him, it's so not him.
Right.
That it just boggles his mind how someone can do it, which is why it's that moment of, you do something I don't understand.
Right.
So it's the...
And it's something he recognizes as at least partially necessary. But in addition to that, they are fiercely patriotic. They are fiercely about freedoms, particularly freedom of speech. And so they developed this trick where they very honorifically fold up the flag. They take a copy of the Declaration of Independence. They roll it up. They stick the flag inside. Take some flash paper. Stick it in the other end. Take a lighter. They light the flash paper. The flame goes through the tube that they've created out of the Declaration of Independence. And then when they unravel the tube again, flag's gone. Now, the tail end of that trick, when they do it in Vegas, is that they have a flag flying that it just appears. There's a spotlight appearing on it and them saluting the flag. It's a great trick. But they did it for the West Wing, and they didn't do that tail end part. So, and they were inside of the White House doing the trick. And so when they did it, everyone freaked out because they thought, oh my God, these guys just burned a copy of the American flag in the White House. And so they kept them there, and they're like, dude, what are you doing? why are you worried about this? And they said, well, because you burned a copy of the American flag. Did we? Are you sure? And he said, here's the other side of it. And I absolutely love where they're coming from this. And I don't know if they wrote this part, but what they said is, what if we did burn a copy of the American flag? What if we did so, but not as a form of protest, but in celebration of everything that everyone in this building has sworn to preserve and protect? And I thought that's great. That's huge. Huh. And
all I can think of there is that's huge.
Yeah. Well, it's an idea that I can really get behind, because I got very jaded about this country for a while, to the point that I actually had considered moving, even particularly during this election, until I realized, that's not going to solve anything. Yeah, it's one where I like their style. I like those guys in particular because of the fact that they have actively said at every turn, we are professional liars. It's our job to trick you. And we're going to do it, and you're probably going to find it entertaining. But we're never once going to tell you that it's not a lie. Anyway, anything else, or shall we get back to the topic at hand?
We can get back to the topic at hand.
Okay, so 30 common dream symbols. Number 1, animals. Animals often represent the part of your psyche that feels connected to nature and survival. Being chased by a predator suggests that you're holding back repressed emotions like fear or aggression. So, if you're having dreams about animals, you can't be a Jedi.
Or maybe it means that dog next door really worries me.
That dog next door is going to eat my ass. I mean...
I don't want to know what you're doing with peanut butter.
I didn't even think about that before
we
saying
know.
It. Oh, man.
Sometimes I have dreams where I'm hunting, and I'm standing in I see a 6-pointer. It's always a 6-point buck. It's nothing like,
oh my god, a 30-point buck?
No, not the 30-point buck. What is it? My triple-barreled Uzi laser-guided shotgun AK-57.
Yeah, it's triple-barreled, something, laser-guided heat-seeking shotgun. followed by a long belch.
Yeah. No, but it's always a 6-pointer. It's like not like a giant 6-pointer, but it's about probably 150 pounds worth of meat. But I always have the same dream. I stand up, I aim down the sights of my 30-06, I move my scope down to 6-time magnification. It's probably about 250 yards out. It's looking down like it's grazing. It looks up at me, and then I get shot.
But I can't remember the dream at all.
Now, do you get shot by your own weapon?
No,
Okay.
no. I don't get shot by my own weapon. I don't see a glint or anything. But it's like I'm looking down at the deer, so it's not like I could have been somebody could have been shooting at the deer. And
So your attention is elsewhere, and someone shoots you in the back.
no, it's dead on, right in the chest,
Oh, so it's a whole Paul moment where you're catching it straight in the chest.
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
The movie Paul. Never seen it?
The one with the alien.
I've seen it a couple of times.
I remember when he ate the bird. He brings a bird back to life, and then he eats it. That was great.
You look like you had a thought, sir.
No, all I was just saying is, just kind of makes you wonder, so, if there is dream interpretations involved, so what does that mean? I mean, one, why is it consistently a 6-pointer?
I don't know, but I don't know why. But I've always kind of been if I see a 6-pointer, I think that's a pretty good year.
Pretty good deer or a pretty good year?
But a pretty...
I actually didn't hear what you'd said.
Oh, no,
he
it
said
was
year.
pretty good year, yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm out hunting, if I see a 6-pointer, I consider it a pretty good year.
If I see a 6-pointer and it's not currently directly in front of my truck, I consider it pretty good too.
And if it is directly in front of your truck, at least it could have the decency to die so you can make it into jerky.
Yeah.
Would you toss it in the back of the truck?
Last time that actually occurred, I was too bruised up to worry about.
Oh, I'd say if it wasn't too bruised up, I'd butcher it up and give you some if you wanted.
All right, so number 2, babies. Babies can symbolize a literal desire to produce offspring or your own vulnerability or need to feel loved.
And now what we do is we splice in, as soon as you say, and now, and number 2, babies! Followed up with, yeah, I'd butcher that up and make you some jerky if you want.
Okay,
That's my new ringtone.
I'm going to keep that. They can also signify a new start.
I can't say I've ever had a dream with babies in it.
So, I can honestly say that I might remember a dream when I knew my daughter was on the way, as they say. But I think any dreams I had involving my daughter were, chances are, dreams where I had the constant fear I'm going to screw it up. Of which I still have that fear consistently. Especially because of the fact that I can't help but laugh anytime she swears. Because she swears in correct context.
Context?
Well, like she'll run into something frustrating and say, "God damn it!" And every time it produces a laugh out of me. I can't explain it better than that.
I still like a friend of mine's kids have listened to Dennis Leary's Asshole,
Oh boy.
but because my friend won't let them swear, they can't really sing the song, except for the one time. So we're sitting there, and they're basically sitting there just going meow, 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 meow. They replace every word with meow. And he's trying not to laugh, but at the same time he's like, "You can't do that."
Why not?
And his daughter's like, "Why?" He's like, "Because your mother will find out." And she doesn't want you listening to that song.
Right. I actually had a similar instance of that with my daughter, but it was with a different song, where at random she just started singing Rancid's Time Bomb. Rancid's Time Bomb. Black coat, white shoes, black hat, Cadillac. Yeah, the boy's a time bomb.
What's really sad about that is I know that song from work because it's on one of the playlists, and I've heard it so many times that song actually annoys me.
Oh, I used to play it a lot in the car, and my daughter loved it. It wasn't anything bad. I mean, Rancid isn't necessarily a great band to listen to for children, but as far as songs go, that one was pretty timid and mild. So.
I mean, at least you're not playing something like Kill Baby Kill or something like that.
Something like that.
Cradle of Filth.
Oh, God.
Cannibal Corpse. There you go. Play that for your daughter.
Yeah, no. And no.
The band Party Cannon.
I'm not sure I even want to know.
That's from, it's not quite an internet meme, but I've seen it, and you can probably look it up if you really felt like it, where it's a picture of a poster for a heavy metal fest.
Okay.
And every single band on there is using the traditional, like, death metal, like, gnarled, root-looking, you know, lightning bolt stylized letters, except for one. And there's, like, 20 bands listed.
Right.
So it's all this dark colors, it's all black and white, all the silvers and this, and you finally get to Party Cannon, which is done in balloon font, with just massive color everywhere. And they're like, guess who doesn't give a shit?
I can see.
Yeah, that one.
Actually, how much you would have bet they did that simply because they knew everybody else was doing that crap?
Well, see, but that's just it. I mean, I know zero about them.
Right.
But
And already I want to see them more than the rest of those guys.
that's just it.
All right, well, on that note of fact, validation, and verification, any other shuns we should add to that? Powering words, Snafu?
I don't know. It's above my pay grade.
Okay, and Toast?
I can't believe it's not butter.
All right, then. Once again, this has been your navigator and guide, Mr. E. Thank you for joining Tales from the Time Traveler's Tavern. So that's it.
You've got